We emerge half formed in hope whoever greets us on the other end is kind enough to fill us in.
Ah!
You're wasting your breath.
Ah!
Ugh, and polluting the air while you're at it. You must have set us all back at least 2 years. Here, take this. Oh yeah,
Where am I?
you lost. They all abandoned you.
Help!
Not this again.
I can't overdo it this time.
Hi, and welcome to Rebel Radio. No overseer over here. With Rebel Radio, you can let it all go.
What do you think you're doing? Seriously? This shit again?
It's music. It's art. How is it any different?
Earthly music is what it is. It baffles me every time, Mark. You're so tied up in the state of secularity. Open your eyes and look at the world around you. No one even attempts to challenge the overseer. Shouldn't that tell you something? There is no need to. He speaks the truth. Why do you
no, that's exactly it. He stands at the top because he's yet to be challenged. The act of challenging lets us gauge just how true something is. I can't bring myself to follow some coward who hides behind a radio.
The overseer is the compass that will guide us towards the light. They are the one that will bring us closer to him. And I believe that in due time, you will come to realize that as well. But as long as you're under my roof, I will not have you playing that secular music. Do you understand me?
Yes.
Yes, what?
Yes, sir.
What is this?
Nothing. It's...
Let's see. Oh, danger. I see we got to right behind my back again. Why don't we just take a look at what you've written?
Please don't.
Far too often have my lips found themselves yearning for the taste of danger.
Please stop.
A foolish tendency has led me astray into the arms of none other than you. I can't bear reading any more of this. It's that music, I'm telling you, that's planting all these ideas into your brain. Who is it that you speak of? And where's all this sentimental garbage coming from?
I don't know.
Have you been sharing this with anybody?
Yeah?
Well, no more.
Hey, what are you doing?
I can't have you repeatedly tarnishing my image. I've lost count of all the times I've warned you, Mark. Maybe I should have known there is no hope for you after all. I should have known that you live only to commit wrong. You have been guilty of it ever since the day you were brought into this world.
Guilty. No matter how many times I say that word, it never fails to leave this burning sensation in my throat. My mother died just minutes after giving birth to me. I committed the gravest sin of all. I can't even recall it. My father will never let me live it down. He tells me how gifted he was at writing at my age and how my birth crushed his dreams of becoming a famous playwright into tiny little microscopic pieces, as he once put it. But no matter how many times I tried to impress him with my writing, or how many of the overseer's speeches I sat and tuned into with him, it just wasn't enough. I just wasn't enough. I could never make him love me, so one day I decided to stop trying. Now, every chance I get, I tune into Rebel Radio. They're an off-grid radio broadcasting network that specializes in playing genres of music banned by the overseer himself. And I know that makes it seem like I'm trying to be defiant, but it helps me think, okay? I mean, hearing the overseer's nonsense wherever he goes is enough to turn anyone into a zombie. I should probably get to class, I guess.
And you must be Mark, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Late on your first day of class, huh? Not the best way to start a relationship, but to each their own, I suppose. Go ahead and take a seat. We were just getting started. Hello, class. My name is Mrs. Grady, and my job is to teach about the fantastic world of poetry. As you look around, you may be a bit skeptical of the size of your class. Over the past couple years, the increasingly high number of people becoming school teachers has led to a reallocation of our resources. I assure you, however, this will only serve to benefit you. Furthermore, as you all know, global warming is at its peak. And although we're in the midst of a polar vortex, I still expect all of your work to be turned in a timely fashion. Now that that's out of the way, stand up and introduce yourselves. You go ahead and start us off, Mark.
Oh, hello. My name is Mark.
Tell us a little about yourself, Mark.
I mean, what's there to say? I like writing.
Come on, you can do better than that. Tell us about your passions, your dreams, your ambitions.
I don't see the point in any of that. We're all just spiraling towards our death anyways.
You don't believe any of that.
How would you know?
I just do. I won't press you any further on the matter. Please remain standing. You.
What do you point that finger at? You all already know who I am. I'm Ivan Eddington III, and I'm not planning on associating with any one of you past this initial interaction. So I'll leave it at that.
Very theatrical. I love it. However, I'm going to ask you to remain standing, please.
Never.
All right, next.
Hello everyone, my name is Kira. I live with my grandparents and 2 dogs, and I dream that one day we'll be living far away from here, somewhere where everything is fresh and we can learn new things. But until then, I'm looking forward to learning with all of you. Grandma loves to tell me of life before the overseer, and how before the overseer rose to power, there wasn't a class solely for poetry. She says that poetry wasn't a class that was a conglomeration of reading, essay writing, and annotating. They called it English class. How can someone know all there is to know about such broad subjects if they're all jammed into one, right? I can't begin to imagine something so horrible. How distasteful. Oh, and she also tells me that everyone could write about anything they wanted to. They weren't limited to writing solely about the overseer and him. They could write about their emotions and temporal possessions. The past must have been a lawless time. How curious.
Alrighty, I'm sure you all speak itching to go home, considering it's been a little while since you've last been in school. However, next class I do expect you to come back with a poem. Once you pick up your syllabus, you may be dismissed. What's this? The whisper that transcended time. Interesting.
How was the first day?
It was alright.
That's great to hear, son.
Yeah.
Anything new?
Alright, what are you getting at?
What do you mean?
You've never been the least bit interested in anything I do if it doesn't hurt your image.
That is not true at all. You haven't been writing any more of those profane poems, have you?
No, that's more like it. No, you can trust me when I say I won't be doing that again.
Empty your pockets.
What?
You heard me. Empty your pockets.
Yeah, I heard you, but why?
You can no longer be trusted to do what is right. Hurry along now. And what is this?
I have no idea.
Classroom syllabus? Alright. You can pass.
Told you there was nothing to worry about. And I think I'm gonna go get some air.
That's weird.
Are you looking for this? You left this on the floor earlier.
Please don't tell my father. If you knew I was writing poorly about the overseer again, I don't know what he'd do.
I thought it was brilliant. It's been a millennia since I've seen such creativity and poise in literature.
So you're not gonna tell my father?
Of course not. I exchanged enough words with him in the parent-teacher conference. Quite frankly, he doesn't seem like the type I'd ever want to talk to again.
Same here.
Now tell me, Mark, have you heard of Rebel Radio?
Are you crazy? Of course I have. No overseer over here. With Rebel Radio, you can let it all go.
Yes, exactly that one.
Yep. Why do you ask?
What if I were to tell you that when I'm not teaching, I help run Rebel
I
Radio?
would call you a liar. You've got to be kidding me.
I am not.
I've looked up to you guys for the longest time. It's exhausting having all these limitations on what I can't say or do.
You know, the overseer has been desperately searching for us. He's trying to put an end to the revolt we've started. For a while now, we've been contemplating whether or not we should broadcast speeches or poems on Rebel Radio. We're even thinking about sending in a representative to talk to the overseer.
Like a leader?
Yes, exactly. The only problem is that no one in the organization strikes me as the leading type. We have no solid options. But after looking over the ideas in your poem, I think you'd be perfect for the job.
I don't know.
I know you want to make a real impact that can stop all this madness. This might be your only chance to do so. You need to make up your mind quick. Soon, the Overseer won't be too fond of resolving these conflicts with mere discussions.
Okay, I'll do it.
Excellent. I'll make the preparations.
Hello? Is it really you? Yes, ma'am. Yes, I understand. No, I was not aware of this. Yes, I understand what I must do.
Why are you following me?
Because you're not listening. I just told you Mark was about to meet with the Overseer, the most important person on Earth, and you're just gonna brush me off?
I am not the least bit interested in engaging in this nonsensical discussion right now. Besides, I don't want to be seen conversing with the likes of you.
I'm serious, Ivan. He's probably talking to him right now as we speak.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. Utter nonsense.
Why would I lie?
How would I know? You probably have nothing better to do.
Why are you such a jerk, Ivan?
I don't want to be like this, you know? Icicles, they hang down my patio like prison bars, but why am I so bothered? Each day, I'm reminded that there is more than one sort of prison, and I carry mine wherever I go. If anything, I should thrive during this time of year. After all, it's etched into my soul. It was on a day not so different from this one where I first discovered my portable self. When I let her walk away. I should have begged for her to stay then and there, but I couldn't bring myself to move. It was a moment of weakness that cost me everything. The butler tells me that she had to go. He says that my mother was a woman on a mission and that I should wish her the best instead of throwing myself a pity party. How could I forget something like that? How could I be expected to move on so easily? From that day on, I prescribed myself my own jail sentence. And I haven't felt warmth ever since. Still, I wonder why the Arctic winds pierce through my soul on days like these, and when will I see my judgment through? Perhaps it's just as Poe said. It's the dream within a dream. It's the prison within the prison, which amplifies my cold. It reminds me that I'm not quite done yet. I don't know.
You know, I wonder why a leader like that hasn't risen up by now. I mean, with all the time that's passed, it's only natural that some would try to revolt, no?
They're probably scared to death.
No, that doesn't make much sense. It's the end of the world. What do people have left to fear? I have a bad feeling about this.
Wait, where are you going?
I expected you to be a little older.
Well, I expected you to be taller.
So it's come to my attention that you've caused quite a stir as of late.
I guess you could say that.
So tell me, Mark, what is it that you hope to achieve in coming here?
Your cooperation. We've given up on saving the world far too soon, and I'm sure if efforts are made, we can...
We have already poured all of our resources into this matter, Mark. What gives you the outlandish idea? You could tell me something I didn't already know.
What? Hey, what are you two doing here? Hey, what are you doing? Stop! Stop! I should have known something was up with Mrs. Grady, but my own father? How could you do this to me?
I warned you, Mark, and you didn't listen. I told you to rest your faith in the Overseer as I did. Now look at you. You're facing the ultimate punishment. And here I stand. I've been granted this opportunity to work with her, and she has promised me a new house to call home. I can finally move out of that dump and do what I was due to destined all along.
I know this must come as a huge disappointment to you, Mark, and for that I sincerely apologize. But I was given no choice. I was once in a position similar to yours, and this was the
Bull!
only way.
You're nothing but a spineless witch!
You have to believe me, I
You
was
are
trying.
both dismissed. You know, we aren't so different, you and I.
I am nothing like you.
Don't be so sure. You call me a faceless coward, one who hides behind a radio, but you rebel radio loons are the exact same. So what does that make you, a faceless hero? You think that you can waltz in here and destroy everything I've worked for, but you're wrong. This is greater than you could ever imagine.
You won't get away with this.
Of course I will. The people love me. And besides, I already have gotten away with this multiple times.
What?
You think you were the first? You're just one of the many idiots who will succumb to the same fate as your predecessors.
But why go through all the trouble of making a fake radio and riling so many people against you?
Because some people just still don't seem to get it. They think that they can refuse my teachings and my way of living and still get away scot-free. I needed to show them that even with a leader like yourself, they could never outweigh his wrath. You will not go down as a hero for your cause. You will not go down as a martyr, a champion, or any of those other made-up words you think you are. We will label your death as the suicide of a mentally deranged child who was living under the delusion he was saving the world. You will kill all of the hope left of the other fools dumb enough to follow you, and of this, you're guilty.
Oh
yeah?
I remember now.
What is there to remember?
It doesn't matter.
At least you stopped that whining, did us all a favor.
I still have so many questions.
Ask away. Consider it the last courtesy you'll receive before I swiftly end your life.
You don't believe in any of this, do you? What things you say, they're all superficial.
Congratulations. You've managed to see through the lie that the rest of the world has been blind to for years. You know, if you wanted
Answer
to...
the question.
You are in no position to make demands. You should be grateful I'm allowing you to speak. If you must know. After firing all of the scientists who were initially working on the whole global warming issue, I hired a group of like-minded individuals who were soon the first to inform me that our impending doom was indeed reversible. I just chose to keep this information under tight wraps. But it is all a facade. I couldn't care less about what happens to humanity.
But why wouldn't you want to do anything about this?
Isn't it obvious, Mark? Humans are vile creatures. They have taken this world and deprived it of all of its beauty. They never know when to stop taking, and enough is enough. Before me, there were others who could have made a difference, but did they? No, it's all the same. Nothing ever changes. You can hate it, delay it, run from it, all you want, but the end is the same. I am just here to speed up the process.
No.
No?
Yeah, humans aren't just vessels full of hate and destruction. When we all come together, we can create beautiful things. You could still change the world for the better. You could still make it a better place.
I am making it a better place.
By destroying it?
That's enough out of you! Miss Grady, I recall telling you were dismissed.
Ma'am, there's a large crowd gathering outside. They've begun breaching the building.
What?
How?
What did you do?
Ma'am, you've got to go now.
I have other means of dealing with you.
Mark!
Mark?
How did you guys know I was in trouble?
Don't look at me. It was her idea.
I'm sorry, I was snooping into your conversation with Miss Grady. I knew something bad was going on.
Well, you're crazy. I mean, thank you.
Don't sweat it. You seem like a very genuine person, Mark. I know you do the same for the both of us.
Hey guys, we've got like 0 time to get sentimental. I've got a feeling things are gonna get a little dicey.
Yeah, he's right. Let's go.
Guilty. Henry David Thoreau once wrote, "I cannot make my days longer, so I strive to make them better." And here before me, I have the chance to do both. The battle is far from over, but I will do everything in my power to win it. I spent most of my life hating myself and waiting for something to change, but life passed me by just the same. I don't need your acceptance anymore. I never did. I now realize the only thing that kept us together was the reflection of yourself in my eyes. And along the way, I may slip up here and there, but I will no longer blame myself for what I've done. And although I'll still breathe the same heavy air, the word guilt will no longer burn my throat.